you. But we have a big special guest in here. I'm happy that she's here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's just spitting out some serious fire from the heart. And you know the thing I love about her is that she know how to rock that beat. You know what I mean? It could be that hip hop beat. It could be any type of music, but yo, that she know how to just destroy it. The most difficult beats. You know, I listen to the beats and the producers in the building. So you gotta talk to him a little bit about that, boy. Because there's some difficult beats right there, boy. You gotta be able to spit on them beats, boy. But we have in the building Gail Campbell. Dirty water.
Bloody water.
All right, bloody water. I'm sorry.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me,
No, let me tell you
Oh,
something.
yes.
I am. I just wanted to know: are you human? Because boy, what you be putting out is no joke. It's like mind blowing.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
with how you singing. Like I have to ask you, how long you been doing this? Like when did it all start for you? You know, and was it something that just like you just said I had enough, and you just switched and said, you know what, I'm about to attack the world. I'm about to let them know who I am. I'm about to explode all over. I can't be what society tells me to be. I gotta just be me.
That's it.
Cause that's what I hear.
That's the answer.
I hear that in that music.
Yeah, because you know, like most singers, you know, you've been singing all your life. Most singers come from some kind of musical background, and you know, we all have that same story of singing in church and singing in school and singing and da 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 da. And I've had situations where I pursued the music, but for all a bunch of reasons, fear, frustration, whatever, I would stop and then was like just done with it. But I would say like 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, I was just like, man, I got something in my belly that I need to get out.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So, you know, when God knew that I was ready, that's when he allowed me to meet Ip. And me and Ip, our chemistry is crazy. That's what you hear with that music in my songs. And we just been going hard ever since, like no looking back.
Great.
It is. Let me tell you something. When I heard you, because you complimented them beats well. You know what I'm saying? And your energy and how you sing is just outstanding. But I just like your style. It's just something about you. Like, I mean, I talked about it, but you got you know what it is? I'm going to be honest with you, because you have that crazy side about you. I think that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? That no fear. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And I love that because you can hear the energy. You know what I'm saying? How has the process been for you? You know, dealing in this industry.
I've been having the time of my life. Like, I spent too many times in the past being frustrated, being this. So I feel really blessed that I get to do this. And it feels like I've gotten another chance. So I'm having fun. Like, I can't relate to artists that's so frustrated about it. Like, I get to make music and get to do all these creative things and come to radio stations like yours and get to rock the crowd and meet the most interesting people in the world. Like, I'm having fun. I don't know what they talking about. When they talk about, you know, I don't waste any time on anything negative. I'm happy to be able to have to be able to live a dope life and do dope-ish, like Kanye said.
Are you naturally like have you grown to be like in this positive place, or is this your normal personality, your normal character?
I think I've always been like a very positive person. That's why I'm like here. Because I've had situations in my life and come from hard background and just everything that could possibly happen to a young girl in the city of Newark has happened to me. But I always had like a joy on the inside. Like I always had that, and even though and sometimes I was just like real down. It was always something on the inside of me. So now, since I've been able to like just bring that out fully,
You tapped into it.
yeah.
You know what? And that's what I'm talking about, like that energy, because the music is your therapy. You know what I mean? And you just trust me. I can. Let me tell you something. You're up there. You're up there. I can see also, and I'm not trying to take, Ip. You know what I mean, Stanley. I'm not trying to take anything away from you, because I can see Kanye was working with you too. He got that
man,
mindset
that would
too.
Be crazy.
But I know that Stanley, this is his baby right now. But if it was a little collaboration, I can see them two working together. But Stanley, your beats is serious. Like your mindset is like y'all a great combination, and your beats is retarded, like crazy. So I know you use your music for therapy too.
Oh,
How did y'all meet?
We met like well, my brother Chops the Savior, who's the ill rapper from Newark. I'm on a song with him called Fire, and that song was just like shaking up the city at that time, and that took me into like this hip hop world that I wasn't previously a part of. Like I've always been a hip hop lover, you know. I got bars and stuff too, but I was like far removed from that at that time. And when I started doing the song Fire with Chops the Savior, it took me into these circles, and it was a part of that circle. So, you know, when people began to get interested in me because they heard me singing on Fire, and they realized that I didn't have any music. I didn't have any music out. So, Grumpy Old Man, who is a radio personality, hip hop artist, and everything from Newark, he was like, we gotta introduce you to somebody. I know who I'm gonna introduce you to, Stanley Ipkiss. So, when I met Ip, I always knew that like creatively I was kind of avant-garde, so I wasn't expecting much from our meeting. When I told him what I wanted to, kind of music I wanted to make and the different genres and stuff I wanted to mix with, I thought that he would be like, well, I don't have nothing like that, but this is what I have. And I thought I would have to just compromise and do that. But when I told him what I wanted to do, he just started playing. He was like, all right, what about this? I'm like, like, and everything he played, I just was sitting there bobbing to it, and the sound started coming out my mouth, and we knew we had to work together. But as far as what you said, the beautiful thing about me and Ip's relationship is, although we know we have something special together, I care too much about him as a person and as an artist to ever try to hoard him, and he feels the same way about me. Like, he got mad records out there with other people. I got stuff with other people, but we can't deny, nobody can deny that what we got is something serious. Yeah.
That's good, definitely. Now, you said you came from a gospel background, was it?
Not really. I'm a woman of God now, but that happened to me as an adult. But so I do sing gospel now on Sundays, but I come from, my mother's an amazing singer, so my mother put in me like this wealth, this musical wealth, and with my mother and then other people that came into my life that introduced me to like jazz, and you know, me discovering Aretha Franklin and Mahalia Jackson, all those singers, Muddy Waters, when I was a teenager, and just falling in love with them. And my friends used to be like, hey, go Gail, like, what is she listening to? And I'm like, no, you gotta hear this. You gotta hear this. Listen to. And they sitting down listening to Ella Fitzgerald albums like that. Wow. And they're like, yeah, okay, but can we play Naughty and KRS-One? And so I'm like, yeah, we can do that too, but I need y'all to hear it. So that's what you hear in me. That's all of that love for music and soul music in particularly, and jazz music and rock music and hip hop, of course.
You remind me of someone who went to school for this, who studied, you know, because the way your music is put together, you know, I mean, I don't know if your producer has gone to school for it, or is this a natural talent? But
Is that
yeah, I
true?
mean, I would have. It just sounds like the way you put your music together, you know, in the different genres. You hear so many different elements to it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, because I just love, I come from a musical family. Like my father's a DJ, my mother is a singer, my uncle is a producer, my great grandfather was in a quartet, my uncle was like on American Bandstand. So it's like, I love
This is your
music.
TNA.
Yeah. So when I went to high school and I was, being exposed to classical music and jazz music and show tunes, like I really liked that music, and I would go home after listening, singing Gershwin. I would go home and really listen to that stuff.
Right.
And this was in the height of the hip hop era, golden era. So it's just a mixture. And when I got a chance to do this album, Bloody Waters, we didn't have any direction. It's just a true reflection of who we are as artists, and it just came out like that.
What's the meaning behind the title of Bloody Water?
Well, the title track of the album, Bloody Waters, when it played the beat for me, when we first met that day of that song, it was a rock influence, and it had like a bluesy thing to it. And it made me think of Muddy Waters. It made me think of Howlin' Wolf. And I was, I love Muddy Waters so much. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna freak this doggone song, and I'm gonna call it Bloody Waters, cause I'm gonna like the female Muddy. And I just thought that was it. But then later on, as we were making this album, and I got to see like what direction it was going in, and how my feelings and stuff, and stuff was coming out of me that I didn't expect. God literally spoke to me and said, I know that you have one idea of where this title came from, but the truth is, it's called Bloody Waters because just like when my people were in Egypt and I had to turn the waters bloody and to show them that I was bringing them out of bondage, I got to turn your waters bloody because you coming up out of the bondage that you're in. So that's the title. That's the meaning behind it.
And when you said that stuff was coming out of you, it just reminded you of just like a lot of negative.
I was just out of a very toxic relationship, and it was really, really difficult for me. So when I would take the music home at night and start writing to it, it just was coming out. Like I did not intend to talk about myself in that way, but it just was coming out as I was writing. And the funny thing about it is, you know how most people make albums, they make like 20 songs and then they like pick the best 12.
Right.
And then that's not like every song that we recorded is on the album in the order that it was recorded. So you can literally hear my process, my emotional process, my healing, me trying to be better, not quite like, so yeah, so that's why, so much was coming out of me during that time, because just as an artist, your art is just an emotional outlet, whatever you do in art.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Whether you paint, whatever, it tends to come out in our art. So.
Wow. How many songs?
It's 9 joints on Bloody Waters. Yeah.
And who are somebody? Is Stanley the only producer, or is there other producers?
Yeah, we
like who? Like you? I mean, you could definitely explain your whole team. Like who's all the people that's involved with you? But I'll start with who's contributed to the album.
To the album, when me and it met, we just were gonna do like an EP, but after we got through, I'm like, yo, this story is not done. Like, it's not done. So we just ended up doing a whole album. So Ip is the only producer on the album, although I know other producers and they really wanted to jump on the album, but I didn't want to mess with what was happening.
True.
So I wanted
True.
to stay with that. We knew we had to stay with that. So we just went ahead and did it. And although some of my producer friends were like really offended, once they heard the album, they understood. They understood. It was like, I get it now. Because this album is brilliant. I know why you had to stay right there. It's not that I didn't respect them as producers and thought that they were not amazing, because they are. But what me and Ip had going on, we just really had to stick with that. So really, it was just me, Ip, and Danny at DML Studios. DML Studios is an amazing, legendary studio where so many hits come out of there. Rihanna and Neo and Mary, and Danny is like a uncle to me, fortunately. So I was able to afford to go in there, because I got the family hookup.
Wow.
So it was just me, him, and Danny. I got only one feature on the album. That's Chops the Savior. That's on the Overdose song. But really, it was just me and Ip every other weekend. Over the course of a year, me, Ip, and Danny for the most part.
Nice.
Yeah. For the interludes, we did bring in Grumpy Old Man, but that's about it.
Now, you already named one title, The Overdose. What are some of the other titles? I'm just curious. I want to hear the list. Let me see where your mind is going. I want to study.
We got Bloody Waters. And it's funny because in Bloody Waters, I don't say Bloody Waters on the whole album. I don't even say that. So the name of the album just kind of stands for itself. But the title track is called Bloody Waters, and that's, people would think it's probably called You Won't Destroy Me, because that's what I'm saying. Then it's Don't Know Love, and then it's Fairy Tales, Overdose.
It's Too Bad.
Too Bad.
Up All Night.
Up All Night.
Next Time.
Next Time. Victory. And the bonus banger.
What made you write Next Time?
Next Time was because at that point in the album, I was really just looking at myself and realizing that it was a lack of love, lack of self-love, some self-esteem issues. And I was declaring and decreeing that I was going to learn from that situation, and that next time I'm going to love myself. Next time I'm not going to get lost. I'm not going to worship that man. I'm not, next time is going to be different. Overdose. Well, overdose. I never talked about this one.
I go deep.
Okay, so
you wrote it.
One of the things that happen when you go through a terrible breakup is sometimes you get into like self-destructive behaviors. And in my case, it was I snatched up a rebound dude. And I didn't realize it at the time. You're just surviving. But later on, when I just examined everything, I was like, okay, that was crazy. Yeah, you was really just trying to get over it. You shouldn't have been in that. So Overdose, the rebound dude was an amazing person. So I was kind of like escaping, where maybe some people would have been using drugs or whatever. But for me, it was just like getting wrapped up in this whole, I'm in another relationship. Oh, you better be careful. Oh, I'm bad. I'm fly. Be careful with my love. You might overdose. Like, I was trying to feel myself. And I was thinking about like how what we do is when we go through this bad relationship, we end up hanging in the clubs. We end up drinking. We end up, you're just trying not to hurt. You're trying not to have time to sit and think about your life and process what you're going through. You're trying to avoid that. So with Overdose, you can hear a lot of swag in that song because at that time, that's how I was feeling. But you can kind of see, okay, I can see through this. And that's why with Up All Night, I started talking about, listen, you might got everybody else fooled and everybody think you okay, but you don't sleep.
Right.
You up all night. You know. Like when you look in the mirror, even though no one else knows. Like Ipkiss and Chops, they didn't really. I stopped talking about the situation with the breakup because they was at that point just tired of it. Like, get over it, girl. You know what I mean? We don't want to hear this. Don't bring up his name. So I put all that on the album.
Good.
So I ain't had nobody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So to them, because I could still work and because I'm kind of a workaholic, they was like, okay, well, sis is good. But I was just still hurt. I was still messed up. And, when I'm in my quiet moments, I would have to deal with that.
I'm going to ask you another question. I want you to think about it before I ask you. I'll give you 3 seconds.
Okay.
What is the meaning or your interpretation of love?
Love. I think that real love is when you are not perfect and I accept you. I'm still here from you, and my love is not contingent upon what you do for me or how you do it or if you live up to my expectations. Like the way that as parents, our children don't have to do anything, they don't have to earn it, they just gonna have our love. And even if they might disappoint us, they're never gonna lose our love. And I just actually wrote a post about this, that some people had to walk away from me, and some people I've realized recently that maybe my feelings for a person is not mutual, but I don't stop loving you because you don't love me no more, or because now you make me feel bad, or you ignoring me or whatever. I don't stop loving you because my love was real.
Right.
So it's not contingent on how you make me feel. Now, that does not mean that I just continually put myself, it's intelligent. Like, you're not going to continue to, put yourself in situations where people are going to hurt you. But, because you got to love yourself, too. But I just love you unconditionally with no strings attached.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what love. And the Bible says love is patient, love is kind. Yes. Love doesn't keep any record of wrongs.
That's right.
So I think that all of the love that I've had, now I can differentiate when I think about all of the love that I've had in my life, whether it's romantic love or family love or friendship love. I know which ones were real now, because even if we fall out and we can't walk together anymore, if the love is still there, I still want good for you. I still would not talk bad about you or kick you when you down or cheer on your hurt. You know what I mean?
Speaking of love, I would love to get into this track called Don't Know Love.
Yeah, because some people don't know love, Destiny.
I know, girl.
You gotta differentiate the ones that don't know love.
I know. That. I love this song, though.
You say you found another love, and you say she's everything.
Hold on, we gotta come back again. We gotta come one more time. We're gonna have her sing along with this song right here. You know, have her sing along with this. Come back one more time, Destiny. All right, here we go. We get hype.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
We ready. Hey!
Woo! You say you found another love, and you say she's everything that I could not be. And I prayed so hard that you find that secret thing that lives so deep in me.
Sing it!
But you couldn't see You rape me so easy. You don't know love. You don't know love.
Woo!
It's too high above. Hey, all the time we shared together, I gave you every little piece of me. My mind, my soul, my body, baby, it was blasphemy.
Talking from the heart.
Yeah, damn, baby. Oh, you don't know love. Now, you don't know love. Every little bit I gave you, baby, but you couldn't handle it, no. I gave you my soul, my heart, my joy, my peace, my love. It was a sin how I loved you, baby. Yeah. But you couldn't see me.
Let's get in
you
there.
raped me so easy. You don't know love. You don't know love. It's too high. You don't know love. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to please you, baby. But all you can see is the fault in me. Yeah. Damn, baby. You don't know love. You don't know love. You don't know love.
Yo, I'm in tears right now.
I'm
to jump
fire!
feeling.
Fire right now, boy. I just been, that sounded like a $50 concert just now.
Thank you.
What the heck? Josh, we got a treat. Destiny in here crying. Destiny in here crying. All right, she's feeling that, boy. You don't know love. She said you don't know love, boy. Woo! Man, that's serious.
That was
Thank
Boy, I was looking at that.
If people don't
You were singing from the gut.
Yes, I felt that.
You were singing
they're
from the soul.
heartless if they don't feel your music.
I
Woo!
felt that.
My goodness. You got
Thank
you
you.
got a gift, girl. You got
Thank
a
you.
gift.
God be praised.
How long
Yes.
did it take you to put
God be
that
the
song
glory.
together?
Man, oh man.
To write that.
I don't know. I think it would give me the beats, and I have something like within that next week or the week after. Some songs.
Man, how did you come up with that beat anyway?
I don't know. I just. I don't know.
Yo.
I just do stuff.
Yeah. So it'll take. He'll give me the beat, and
Who's the person that did the video?
you know what? Actually, yo.
Is that the one you said
That's
you
the
wrote?
one I wrote right before the
Before the
session.
session.
And I didn't want to tell him because I didn't want to look so unprofessional.
Right.
Because I didn't have a chance to write. So the session was booked for like 12 o'clock. And I got up like 9 o'clock and said, I need to come up with a song.
So you wrote this on the fly, this song, like
Yeah,
pretty much an
and-
hour before walking
Yeah,
into the
and I
studio.
told Chops, and Chops was like, yo, don't tell nobody you just wrote this song. That don't look good.
Wow.
That
To
is
me, that was
impressive.
that was
Yeah,
Wow.
on the, like,
Because, you know, it would have been like, it would have looked, I didn't want it to look like, I didn't want it to look like, because remember, this only, that was our second song we did together. And I didn't want it to look like I didn't take my music seriously.
Where can these people get your music? You just gotta let the people know.
It's on all the major music outlets. It's on everything.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Phew.
Touch me.
Who was the person that did your video?
Which one? Don't Know Love?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Al Jacobs of Black World Films. He did that one, and he did Bloody Waters video. Yeah. Yeah, he's dope. He's gonna do Overdose too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For fairy tales, we used Foundation Films,
Oh, okay.
but Al Jacobs did the two. We did that for
Shout out to
Fairy
Al
Tales.
Jacobs.
Shout out to Al Jacobs, and we really looking forward to what Overdose is gonna be.
Wow. Now, you have a show coming up, right?
Yeah, this Wednesday at La Rouge Lounge, downtown Newark, New Jersey, we're going to be premiering the Fairy Tales video. And we got a lot of special guests coming through. That's going to be really nice. That's in collaborations with Vibes in the City. That happens every Wednesday. Then on the 22nd, I'm going to be at the Sugar Bar. And in March, I'm going to be at the Shrine. You follow me on social media to keep up with the dates.
Keep up with your man. Shit.
We need to play Fairy Tales, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because
Start
Fairy Tales is the
Fairy
new
Tales.
video for Fairy Tales dropping Wednesday.
There you go.
Actually, we're going to drop it on Thursday.
She thought she was crying before.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to turn it down. Oh man.
We get hype.
It's a shame how you love me, then you turn around and leave. You have no idea how you fractured my self-esteem. My pride don't wanna believe how bad I was deceived. How could something so right go so wrong? I prayed so long, my love was strong. God, you have some explaining to do. I know my pain ain't entertainment to you. Now, look at my dream, my fairy tale. Now hear that bitch wanna laugh at Gail and wanna be friends like all is well. But you don't know how I feel inside. I was on the verge of suicide, and I was the one that was done right. And now I'm here just holding on, praying that the Lord will keep me strong. I'm a different woman, can't you tell? To hell with all these fairy tales. Hey. Hey, Cinderella, fuck Snow White, fuck that prince, fuck that knight, fuck Cinderella, fuck Snow White, fuck that prince, fuck that knight. Oh, how could something so good go so bad? I gave them all the love I had. I never knew I could feel so sad. God, you gotta redeem me, please. I know it's been a while since my mind has been at ease. And look at my dream, my fairy tale. Now hear that bitch wanna laugh at Gail and wanna be friends like all is well. But you don't know how I feel inside. And I'm gonna be by your side. And it hurts when I think of how you lied. Now I'm here just holding on, praying that the Lord will keep me strong. I'm a different woman, can't you tell? To hell with all these fairy tales.
Come on. Ride that.
Look at my dream, my fairy tale. You don't know love, it ain't hard to tell. You're a typical narcissistic male. And you don't know how I feel inside. Know how I cried when I knew that my heart had died. Now I'm here just holding I'm praying that the Lord will keep me strong. I'm a different woman, can't you tell? To hell, to hell, to hell with all these fairy tales. I.
All right, open the door.
Oh, yeah.
Open the door.
Man.
How was it?
How did you do that?
Oh,
Well done.
Argentina.
All the way from Argentina.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Welcome to New York.
You must come
All the
to
way
sing.
from Argentina.
Oh, she said
You
you
said
got
you
some
wanted to
Argentina.
You are invited to sing there, okay?
All right, book me
Okay, we take you there. Bye bye. Thanks.
Straight up.
Wow.
Miss Gail. Oh my God.
That was fire.
They said you have a beautiful and strong voice.
Oh, thank you so much. God be praised.
Yes.
Now, did you do that production too?
Yes.
The whole album, Ozzy, the whole album.
Yo, what are you gonna play all the instruments? Is that right?
I play most of the drums. Yeah. I like live
Your mindset,
music.
Y'all from a different planet. Y'all not even human. Y'all from a
The
different
superhuman.
planet. That's why they call you Superman?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she gave us so much.
I would never-
I'm ashamed to ask you for some bars, but I would love to hear some.
Oh, okay. Uncle Luck, so they want Unique to come back.
Okay,
from the
Queen
90s.
Unique.
Let me find out. Let's hear her.
Sure.
I don't know what to do.
Whatever comes to your head.
Listen. Here we go. Woo. Now this is just a free flow. The Nick was on that D-Lo. Y'all know how we be digging on them brothers playing CeeLo on the Ave. I wanted it all, he wanted to give me half. Back in the day, that kind of play would make the sister laugh. But thinking about that made the goddess want to compromise. And even though he lied, he was smiling with them sexy eyes. And I was contemplating what this brother be about. I think this the type the sister ought to see about. But I was weary from heartbreak, healing a heart take. A lot of time, he knew from the start gate. I'm not the type of chick that gave my heart to the flesh. I wanted spirit, I could hear it, cause the law gave him breath. So I trusted him, hushed how I secretly lust for him. Anytime he called me, I would discreetly rush to him. But thoughts came, remember how the other drove you insane. But inshallah, the breeze overseas protects us all from pain. So I told him how I felt deep inside, how my love I can't hide, how I need him sincere, how I wanted him near. I felt I thought that I was doing them right, but I lost sight and Satan took it to a new height. I started losing, my heart was bruising, multiple contusion. I felt as if my faith was misplaced, this mass confusion. I couldn't deal. I asked myself, could this be real? I took a step, he stepped back, I caught a feel. Again, my heart bled, kicked myself for what I said to this man who listened on my heart. He's all they pissing, and now I'm just searching in a new direction. I felt the test but learned the lesson. I see that I was destined to stand on my own all alone, but that's a blessing, cause I'm a Hydra like Fatima, you know how I get. And I'ma keep building that real, you recognize that?
Here we go. We get hype.
That was unique.
Yes, that was unique. She comes out with ass.
I like that. I like that hype side there.
She comes out with ass.
She brought
So
unique
definitely-
to the weekend hype.
Thank you for stopping by. It was definitely a pleasure.
Queen.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
great.
awesome.
Thank you.
What do you want to definitely tell the people where they could contact you and support you at?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, follow me on all the social medias. You can get me there. On Facebook, it's Gail Campbell. That's Gail, not Gayll like Gayle like Gail King. It's Gail
Right.
Gail Campbell.
Not that girl.
Not the Gail.
Like the Gale Force Winds.
Yes, like the Gale Force Winds.
There you go.
Gail Campbell on Facebook. Gail_Campbell01 on Instagram. Bloody Waters GC on Twitter is Gail Campbell on YouTube, and Gail Campbell01 if you would like to email me or book me. Ipkiss is King Ipkiss 26 on Instagram, and Stanley Ipkiss on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a couple of shows coming up. La Rouge Lounge in Newark Wednesday night, and that's going to be the premiere of the Fairy Tales video, which we are very, very proud of. And Sugar Bar on the 22nd, and a couple of other things coming down the pike. Follow me to get all those dates. Thank you for having me, y'all.
It was a
Thank you
pleasure.
for being here.
And we out each and every Sunday, 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. is the We Get Hype show. Ozzy Hype, DJ Destiny, Dan, Taj,